Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Maricas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And Coach, Tigers with a good week this past week, a 20-point victory against Monmouth on Saturday, and then Monday and a matinee for Martin Luther King Jr. birthday, a decisive victory against Hofstra by 21. And let's start with the Monmouth game. A team that's desperate for a victory is always kind of scary, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely, and they do play hard. King Rice has done a good job with them. And look, we're trying to get our footing too, and make sure we're playing longer stretches of more consistent basketball. But I thought we had really good balance, and was impressed with a couple of our younger guys. I thought played at a really good level, and it was certainly good to. While he wasn't at his sharpest yet, it was good to get Cam Holden back in action after 10 days of inactivity. Because obviously, if we're going to get where we want to get to, he's a big piece of it.
And then at the same time, we mentioned after the game, Hicks and Conway combined again, no turnovers in that game. And that's pretty impressive for guys that are handling the ball a lot.
Yeah, those guys are doing a good job. I mean, Radier's 4-1 assisted turnover, and Ryan's really blossoming. And he's shooting the ball at a really high clip. We got to get him more shots. We encourage him to stay shot ready and shoot shots from the perimeter because he's such a good shooter. And I thought we had good separation late in that game when those two guys are actually on the court together.
All right, so you get the victory against Monmouth. Quick turnaround 2 days later to play Hofstra, a team that came in with just one loss in the conference in second place. And before you can blink an eye, it's 7-1. You call timeout. You come out of the timeout. They score four more to make it 11-1. But then you go on a 19-2 run and never look back. And the only thing I can equate it to is in football, a lot of times you see an offense will take the opening kickoff and go straight down the field, score a touchdown. And then they have problems offensively the rest of the day because maybe they felt it was going to be too easy. Have you ever been involved with a team where maybe you get off to that really quick start and the team thinks, it might be too easy, and the other team comes roaring back and you can't catch back up?
You're probably always worried about that as a coach because it's a 40-minute game. I don't think my timeout obviously helped too much because they went and scored the next 4 points after that. But I thought obviously Hofstra was very well coached, and incredibly talented, and a really hard team to guard. And a couple of things. Obviously, they missed some shots, so you got sometimes you got to have a little bit of good fortune. But I was proud of how dialed in our guys were. They were aggressive on the backboards. I thought we played really hard defensively. Looked more like a Towson team, and we weren't great in the first half offensively, but I thought we played incredibly hard. And then we had a great second half because we didn't turn the ball, only had one turnover. And then, as you know, Nick Timberlake played at a really, really high level. And when that happens, it helps our whole team. And Cam looked a lot more like Cam as well.
And you did a great job on Estrada. He was 0 for 10 from 3-point range. And you were coming out and you were doubling him when he got the ball up top, and it seemed to give him problems all afternoon.
Well, we tried to contest shots, but he's so good. You can contest shots and he can still make them. And I think that's where sometimes you get a little bit of good fortune. Him and the kid Tyler Thomas has been a really good pickup. There, they're a hard team to stop, but I thought it was maybe other than UMass equally our best all around performance as a team this year. And Nigel Russell too was very good that game. His defense, he had 12 rebounds. He had a really good game.
And Cam had, he got some rust off of him on Saturday and looked a lot like the Cam we saw last year in that ball game against Hofstra.
Yeah, I think obviously with him and Nick, they're such competitive guys and talented guys. For us to be really good, those two guys have to perform at a high level and they have to lead at a high level. When they do that, we're a really good team, and obviously they want to do that because they want to win and they're good guys. They have to have that self awareness in the moment of making sure they're doing everything in their control to help us have success because we rely on them.
All right, now a long road trip coming up. You will take on North Carolina A&T Thursday night at 7, and then Elon at 4. North Carolina A&T, they've won their last couple of ball games, their first year in the CAA, and they have a big win. Besides you, they're the only other team to beat Hofstra. So this is a dangerous basketball team.
No, Phil Shumpert's done a good job. They're good. It looks like it's going to be a difficult place to play. I know they'll have a big crowd. They are really, really talented offensively. Kid Jones is averaging 20 a night. Horton shoots it. I love the kid Watson. He's just a mismatch guard. And they have the freshman 31 off the bench who is inside, outside. Really tough team to stop. You're on the road, got to take care of the ball. Like you said, they're 4-3 in the conference, and they're putting up a lot of points and they're shooting a high percentage. So our ball security and our defense is going to get tested.
And rebounding. They're another team that has not been a great rebounding team this year, and that's something that if you guys can exploit, really gives you an extra gear.
I hope they're not a good rebound team on Thursday night. If they could do us any favors, that would be helpful.
And then Saturday, you take on Elon. The Phoenix, they've only won 2 ball games, both against non-D1s. New coaching staff in there. A lot of guys have left. Tough to rebuild. You know that firsthand.
Yeah, and there are a lot. Billy Taylor's a good coach. He had success at Lehigh and was working for Franny McCaffrey at Iowa, one of the best programs in the country. They've got good wing players. Gillen's Butler is back and playing well, and Dane Irvin and Watson from Missouri. So there's a couple high level guys there. They've got a very good freshman point guard. So it's a quick turnaround, and then they don't play on Thursday, so they'll have plenty of time to get ready for us. This is a huge trip. If we want to start, ascending this time of year, and our kids certainly want to. And we've had I think some good practices, but this is a big trip. If we can have some success, it'll allow us to gain some traction in the league standings.
Kind of exciting though to go to a new conference. Was it not? I mean, it's got to be fun for the players too to go to a place they've never been before.
Yeah, I think it will be. But we've heard it's nothing but a great, energized environment down there. And I won't tell you how fun it is till after the game. That usually determines how fun it is for me.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate the time, and we'll be talking to everybody Thursday night, 6:45 on TowsonTigers.com. And the Tigers head down to the Greensboro area to take on North Carolina A&T and Elon. Thanks for tuning in.